Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I'm here because I want to tell you some things that I've observed and I want to share it with you, and maybe you can see what I am seeing. In America, maybe America is already beat, conquered. And I say this because I often hear the right wing of the American process, political process. They can't say one decent thing about the left. I know you've heard it. You're so familiar with it, just as I, if you're paying attention. And on the other hand, the left have nothing decent to say about the right. The left have nothing to say about the right that's decent. The right got nothing to say about the left that's decent. And this is supposed to be a political process that is designed to take care of the basic needs and desires of the people. You got blacks and whites at odds with one another. Two different shades of people within this same society, this melting pot. And they are at odds with one another. The political process at odds with one another. The structure, the social structure at odds with one another. Mm, 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 mm. We can compare that to a marriage where you have the spouses at odds with one another, each one saying something negative about the other. And each time something negative is said by one, the other tries to say something more negative, revealing that's the ugliness that is within that will cause a marriage to fall apart when this is all that it has to offer. And if a marriage will fall apart because this is all it has to offer, then so will a nation where its people are at odds with one another and its politics are at odds with one another. In a situation like that, such a nation, like a marriage, is already defeated. I think about minimum wage. I only mentioned this. My point was made a moment ago, but I just want to make this reference to something I saw on social media about the minimum wage, about Joe Manchin, supposedly a Democrat, but is hesitant about signing a bill that is sponsored by the Democratic Party, offering the bill back better. And he and another senator supposedly are against it from Virginia. And based upon what they're reporting about this guy is that he is low down. He's thinking about himself. He's getting his pockets covered at the expense of the American people. Now, I don't know if this is true. I don't know. But that is what is being reported. But what it gives me leisure to think is that it would be perhaps prudent if the American people will pay their politicians the same as they themselves are paid. Minimum wage or somewhere in between, just somewhere in there, just like everybody else, somewhere in there, instead of giving them these top-notch dollars. What for? Are they so important? Is their job so important than the job that you got? Why are they getting special treatment? Why are they getting a different kind of health insurance than that you are getting? You'll keep holding them up as if they are special. Or they have designed a process that holds them up before you, legitimizing it as being something special. And so they can do this and then turn around and tell you that $15 an hour is too much and actually stand against you. Two people can stand against the will of millions of people for their own selfish benefit and cause you to suffer and get away with it. Something wrong. Something wrong with something like that. And I guess you know what the answer is. I'm sure you do. But if they had the same health care plan that you got, paying co-payments like you do, if, my friends, they were treated no more special than you, then they would pay attention because you would matter, because they would matter then. Well, see, when you try to focus on what is best for people, what is best meaning that they are happy, not just some of the people, like the right if they could defeat the left, or blacks if they could defeat the whites, or whatever. How can that go? A husband if he can defeat the woman, the wife, or the wife if she can defeat the husband, and then they sit back, hold it together, trying to stay together with one defeated, while the other one is enjoying their victory. And that's just not going to happen. Anyway, when I was thinking about it, ladies and gentlemen, because I want every last one of you guys to have your dream come true. I want every last one of you to live in peace and be prosperous and have freedom, joy of your life. Now your needs, your wants, and your desires met. Never having to worry about food, clothing, shelter, education, or health care, or any of the other things that you can imagine, because each and every last one of you have been given a gift. And not only a gift, but a gift that gives you the greatest joy when you have the opportunity to exercise it. And because you benefit from everything that happens in this country, each of you can engage yourselves in the process of creating those things that exist in this country. And by doing that, you become part owners in all that exists. And in that process, my friends, it entitles you as part owners to engage it as you see fit. And you owe no one nothing but your love continuously. And you'll never be without your dreams being met. That's what I want for you. And so when I look at stuff like that, it makes it seem like when Joe Biden and the Democratic Party are talking about doing something great for you, it almost makes it seem like that a trick was played by to the American people of color, especially by the powers that be, by allowing the fact that when so many people of color are, they constantly are saying, are amassing the American public, and that during that political process where you had so many people running to be presidential, or the Democratic nominee for president, that one could have possibly been black, and it could have been a black female. Now, with a black female running against Donald Trump, with all of the people that Donald Trump has been putting down, calling no good, voting against him, putting a black female in the White House. And so to protect themselves from that ever happening, they push, while we don't even know of anything that's going on, Joe Biden. They push him and even support him just so he can get the nomination, and no person of color. And whether he wins the president or Donald Trump, doesn't make any difference. But it gives them the opportunity for the states to do what they are presently doing. And that's changing the laws to make sure it doesn't matter who is running for the office. They dictate, because they're proven to the American public that they will lie, they will cheat, they'll steal, they'll do anything, and they'll get their way. Ladies and gentlemen, think about that. Well, I'll leave that with you. Until next time, I'm running out of time. I'll talk with you, Eddie Marcus. Goodbye.